Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Eric Elliott, the head boys basketball coach at Hudsonville High School. How's it going?
Going very good. Thanks for having me.
All right. Okay, so I know that tryouts are ongoing. I don't know if you've set your team yet, but usually either a lot of teams like to set it yesterday, or obviously they make the tough calls today. What's this week been like as you kind of set your team, Eric?
This has been one of our toughest tryout weeks that we've had in quite a while. We've had 17 players come out. All 17 have been involved in our program for multiple years. Um, and I'm sure you've heard before, from coaches, an ideal number is 12 or fewer. I'm not sure we're going to make that, but very tough cut. I'm not sure if I'm going to make our cut tonight or give guys a fourth night tomorrow, just because our margins are so small with a group of 17.
Okay. So, I mean, I know your roster isn't quite set yet, but I know you have a pretty good idea of who's going to be on there. So, kind of talk about some of the guys that are going to be, the standouts. Who the guys to watch for Hudsonville this year.
Sure. So I'm going to start with Braden Shamray,
Yeah.
an all-league player last year. Just signed NLI with Tiffin University. He has the ball a lot for us. Probably one of the best passers I've had in my 15 years at Hudsonville. Is capable of scoring the ball, a good shooter. So that's kind of where things will start with us. From there, I'm going to go to Braylon McFall. Braylon started some games for us last year. 6'5", very athletic. I'm going to call him a small forward. He'll probably play the four for us, but he can shoot it. He can drive it. He's going to do some really good things for us this year. So we're excited for what he's going to bring to the table. Then from there, we also have a returning starter in Jonah Dennis. This will be a third year on the varsity. Jonah's kind of our defensive grinder. He matches up with the other team's best offensive player, unless it's their five-man. He'll guard 1 through 4. Takes a lot of pride in stopping guys, taking charges, that type of thing. And then we've got Jovan Daniels, sophomore, played on as a freshman last year. He's grown quite a bit physically and mentally. Very capable scorer, shooter, great ball handler. So we're excited to see what Jovan comes back with as a sophomore. A guy that had some big games for us down the stretch last year, Griffin Baker.
Yep.
He played some as a freshman. He's a junior, so this will be his third year on the varsity. He has also grown. He's starting quarterback on the football team.
Yep.
So we're looking for big things from him. And then my last one I'll go with Joey Miller. Joey is a junior, was on the varsity last year as a sophomore. Didn't get huge minutes, but Joey had a huge summer as far as developing goes. He is a triple threat. He can post. He's about 6'3", great feet, can post it, can shoot it, and can drive it. So we're looking forward to seeing what Joey brings this year too.
Okay, so let's take a look at, obviously everybody knows what the OK Red is. It's an insane division in really every sport. The outlook for this year is division's always going to be good, but what's it going to be like heading into what might the league look like?
Well, like most years, I think every coach you talk to in the league is anticipating it being balanced. I think on paper, East Kentwood, who won it last year in returns, a lot of guys are going to be strong. They've got size, they've got solid guard play. So we know what we're going to get there. Rockford has a number of key pieces back. Some young guys that maybe didn't play so much last year, but have developed a lot. They're going to be strong. Caledonia's got a new coach. From what I understand, a couple transfers. So not only will they have a new culture, a new system, but they'll also have some new players. So expect them to be very competitive. Granville, they start with Rigneris, 6'8" Grand Valley State commit.
Yep.
They also had a 6'5" transfer come in that had a good fall shooting the basketball. So we can go right on down the line, and there won't be many nights off in the OK Red.
Absolutely. Okay, so I've been asking a lot of coaches about this, the few that I've had on so far, but obviously there is a big change this year with basketball that'll affect both the boys side and the girls side as well across the United States. Of course, with the big no more one-on-ones anymore. So it's interesting to hear what coaches have to say about this. What's your take on that?
I think it's going to have a little bit of impact on the length of the game.
Yeah.
Like you and I talked about a few minutes ago, I think there'll be an impact on, how the end of games go for teams that are behind. When you take away that 1-and-1, that takes away a little bit of the incentive or the point of following down the stretch. But I think it'll be a good change, a positive change. Anything that speeds up the game or helps with the flow of the game, I think, is good. So overall, I anticipate it being a good change.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some of the non-conference opponents that you have scheduled. And I know you guys like to you guys like to schedule some tough competition, as every team does.
Yeah. We're our non-league schedule this season is probably as good as what I've had in 15 years. We open up with East Grand Rapids, then we have Grand Rapids Christian, Byron Center, who is very highly thought of this year with a lot of guys coming back.
Yep.
Early on, we have South Christian. We play them at a cornerstone shootout type thing. Unity Christian, Zealand West, who's also got a number of returners back. We have Holt come and do a little holiday thing of our own in Hudsonville. So our non-league schedule is, I'm going to say it's brutal.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of take me through these next few weeks. I know with tryouts finishing out this week, and then of course with the Thanksgiving weekend, with next week being Thanksgiving, and then of course you guys get right, and then everyone gets right into games a week after Thanksgiving, and then it's go time.
Yeah, it's everything is kind of condensed this year,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. Everybody's playing with the same cards, so it just means you got to try to get into things. Obviously, we've got a couple scrimmages. Our first scrimmages is Saturday, and then we've got another one next week, Wednesday. But it's jamming everything we can in preparation for the first game. Our first game is the first. Excuse me. So it's long practices. Obviously, you're trying to get guys sharp individually, but you're also trying to get in as much as you can from a team standpoint, defensively and offensively. So it's a challenge, but like I said, everybody's working from the same spot.
All right. Eric Elliott, always appreciate the time. We'll talk to you throughout the year.
Great. Thank you.